time. Niggas always lying on my line. If I was blood, I would put that shit on shine. I got a son, so you know that baby shine. I got the bread, so you know I hold the line. You niggas tell it, I'm starting to think you're 69. Kick flip, push, I'm on my grind. I got a bad bitch with me, so you know I want it done. I'd rather have a premium contract than a prime. Like Amazon, I'm on my grind. I stack and flip like a boss, more like a dime. Yeah, I'm the one, like LeBron, the chosen one. Pussy overpowered, nigga, you lying. It's money overpowered, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind, I'm on my grind. Pussy overpowered, nigga, you lying. It's money overpowered, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind, I'm on my grind. Oh boy, you ain't dumb on this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Good evening or good night, most of you. This is the recap with LCAOD, and I ain't gonna hold y'all a little quick 30 minute recap, man. We're gonna get straight into what we need to get into. You know what I'm saying? If you're new, you tuning in. We do these recaps. We try to do them Monday through Thursday, you know, and show you what's going on in the overall market. And you know, so if you're new to this, just kind of pace yourself on the information. This is a recap. You know, you're catching it live right now. You'll be able to rewind it on your own time, obviously. But let's just go ahead and get straight into the description before we go any further. I like to do that first. This is recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the recap of the SPY QQQs, IWM, DIA, VIX. We've been watching NVDA closely this week, Tesla, JP Morgan, and Walmart. And we're going to look at those companies and charts and numbers here in a second. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and see what ended up happening today. And Wall Street basically wrote down, you know, what happened today. Stocks closed lower Tuesday as investors bank fears return. Dow sheds more than 300 points. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 344.57 points, or 1.02%, to end at 33,530.83. The S&P 500 finished 1.58% lower at 4,071.63. The NASDAQ composite dropped 1.98% to close at 11,799.16, you guys. So the market today got its pullback. Finally, this pullback. This pullback has been stalled for about a month now. The market has just been in the air, basically just not doing anything, just consolidating, going up and down. And really today the market did sell off. It did fall down today. It did come down, but due to all of those corporate earnings that was just released after hours, I think we're going to be looking at a bit of a rebound in the morning if those companies can hold, and we'll be going over them shortly, though. So, you know, today would have been a good day to buy calls, looking at how tomorrow might pan out, but we'll see. You know, if those companies don't hold their earnings gains in the morning, you know, the market will continue to sell off. So it's just something to be cautious about coming into tomorrow. And three things to watch this week with LCAOD. What we're looking at is the mega cap tech earnings, which is like Amazon, Google, Microsoft just reported. You know, we're looking at all that closely. That's key to the market because those are the companies that produce and have the most money. So we're looking at that very closely. And, you know, Microsoft just went up $23 after hours. But we'll be looking at all that shortly here. I'm going to be pulling the charts and numbers up here. I'm just going over the information, things you need to know and be looking out for. And understand why the market is even moving because of this information. You know what I'm saying? So these are the notable earnings and stuff this week to be looking out for. Right now we're on Wednesday, you guys. So Right now, considerably, we're on this day right here. So right here, I'm gonna highlight these names right here. In the morning, Boeing is reporting. Thermo Fisher Scientific is reporting. That's important in the morning. You got Hilton Hotel, Hess. That looks like a gas company that's reporting, and ADP. All that. You got more basically earnings in the morning reporting. So those are going to be some key names too in the morning. But like I said, everybody's going to be anticipating the Microsoft continuation to see if it's going to continue to go up or is it going to pull back or is it even going to hold those gains in the morning. Everybody will be looking at that in the open market at 9:30 and Google as well. Enphase had a big drop. We'll be looking at all these companies here shortly, like I said, but I'll be showing you what I'm talking about on the charts. Visa as well, they went up. They had an okay earnings. Chipotle killed it, man. Oh, man, we got to show you that chart. Chipotle is life. Mexicans love it. They still love it. My homeboy was just putting me on game. I just thought about something too. He was saying, it's Cinco de Mayo coming up. You know, people love gonna use Chipotle for their, installs at these parties and stuff like that. It all makes sense. They're up $100, you guys, and that should hold. Usually when stocks go up $100 for earnings, it ain't no coming down. So we'll see. It'll probably be more continuation there tomorrow. We'll be looking out for that. But it is more earnings coming out the rest of the week. We're on Wednesday right now. So, like I said, we're right here on Wednesday. You got Meta coming out Wednesday tomorrow after close. And this used to be Facebook. They changed their name. If you're new to this, Facebook, Meta used to be Facebook, but now Facebook is Meta. So this used to be Facebook, but now they're called Meta now. So they report their earnings tomorrow after the bell. Expect to move like Microsoft, though. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real big. It's going to be important to the market tomorrow after hours. So we'll be going over the levels here shortly, like I said. And Roku tomorrow, ServiceNow tomorrow, all that's important. Teladoc Health, Align Technology right here, that's important, all that. And these are the earnings the rest of the week. On Thursday, you got American Airlines, Caterpillar to be looking out for, MasterCard, Crocs. Amazon report Thursday after the bell. Intel, Snapchat. So these are some more big names. Pinterest and Chevron, ExxonMobil, gas stocks. They report Friday before the opening bell. So this is the earnings anticipation this week. This is what is moving. This is what's helping the volatility, the VIX in the market move a lot right now. And it's going crazy, man. It's really paying out. Companies are really paying out. I must say that this week. Like I said, especially if they can hold what they did after hours today. So we'll see. First Republican Bank, you guys, remember that bank collapsed. They reported their earnings Monday after the close, and it looks like that bank is close. I would say, very, very close to almost being near bankrupt. So be very cautious of that bank right there. Or either, like I said, either the banks are just still going to continue to collapse as of right now. It could be a right now thing. The banks may recover. That bank may recover in the near future. But as of right now, you guys, First Republican Bank is collapsing still. They went down to like $8. They got halted today in the open market from their earnings. So that means the market makers and the people that, is running the printer, the Federal Reserve and stuff, they stopped. They shut trading and buying shares down from First Republic Bank today. They just halted it. They stopped it. You couldn't do nothing at all. So sometimes that happens when you see people just selling out like that. They pause things and halt it, and then it gets unhalted. But they did unhalt it for the remainder of the day, and you was able to trade it and buy it again. But like I said, you guys, it's down. It was just at $16 Monday, and then Tuesday it opened, it was at $11. Then it got halted at $8, and they're like probably right at $8 or $7 now. So just keep in mind, you can make money off this, off these companies, off either direction, whether it goes up or down. That's if you're trading. Now, if you're buying shares of First Republic Bank, it would not be safe right now because you would just be losing money because you need share prices to go up to be profitable when you're just buying shares. So First Republican Bank is not having an upside right now. I wouldn't be buying shares there. I would wait it out because it's really looking ugly, you guys. It's looking like they might be at bankruptcy. So just be mindful of that and keep an eye out on First Republic Bank, you guys. They reported earnings Monday, like I said, and the ticker symbol for that is FRC. But we're going to go further here and get into some more information that you guys should be knowing. And if you watch the other Recap Monday, this is really the same things that I'm watching out for this week. But, it's actually happening now. the earnings, and we're getting results with companies and stuff now. So just keep that in mind. You know, that's what LCOD is looking at, and that's really what's moving the market, and that's really what you want to be profitable this week. That's something you got to be taking into consideration right now. Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, Exxon Mobil, Chevron, Boeing tomorrow, Caterpillar, UPS. They reported yesterday. It looked bad for them. Visa, MasterCard, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's, they already reported. But, you know, like I said, just keep an eye out on these companies, man. We do got data coming out this week that is still going to move the market. Still, we got PCE inflation data, so that'll be key. Looking at producer the inflation data that the producers are doing, what the United States is doing. So basically, PCE is producer core inflation data. So it's just basically letting you know is inflation taking a toll on investors or not. That's really what that data is summing up there. It's just some numbers that's going to be coming out, and like I said, the investors take that into consideration as, you know, like, is inflation infecting investors' equity, you know, or is it not? Is it leaving, and you know, things are kind of getting back to normal? As of lately, you know, inflation's been extremely high, so, you know, be cautious of that. If inflation is extremely high, if that PCE inflation data comes out and the inflation data looks like it's still high, expect more downside to the market, you guys, that you're already seeing. But as of right now, you know, if things are looking good on that data, you could expect that the market has really bottomed here, and it probably more than likely is going to bounce back up due to all of these earnings that are reporting pretty good right now. It looks okay right now, so we'll see if they keep that up. But Q1 GDP data this week, all of that's key coming out this week. It'll be coming out Thursday and Friday. So be on the lookout for that, man. But let's go ahead and get into the charts and numbers. I ain't going to hold y'all. Like I said, I like to, you know, keep it real simple and swift. You feel me? We're going to look at the SPY first. You feel me? And like I said, we'll look at some earnings names, but we're going to go over what we look at first and foremost, starting with the SPY, you guys. So hopefully my charts in will be working today, and we're not having any issues trading view, because you tend to have issues sometimes. So we'll be seeing. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Might have to retype it. Trading view be doing this sometimes to me. If not, I can use another charting platform. This platform now is updated. So like I said, we're going to go over the SPY first right here, you guys, starting with the SPY. And we're going to look at it from the one-day perspective and see what happens. So looking right here, you guys, following along with me, circling this area right here, what do you see right there? We got a gap down, you guys. The SPY gap down in the pre-market this morning. So that's why you already had red this morning. And a lot of that was due because, like I said, First Republican Bank, they really collapsed again this from their earnings report, and that didn't take a positive reaction in the overall market and like the SPY and everything. So it was a gap down, and you know the gap down never recovered and tried to gap back up. So this right here is your new trend line right here, meaning the market is going to have to try to, if the bulls want to win this battle again, they're going to have to get to this bold, thick trend line up here, and which is 411, meaning they need to get back up there to show strength to show that they're even going to fill this gap over here and close all of that and fill back in between like 412 and 413. So it's just something to be looking out for to the upside. You know, they can really still go back up there. But like I said, they didn't. They did sell off, as you can see. You know, it was some real selling pressure right here. It looks like after lunch, after Wall Street lunch break, you got a real breakdown right there at 408 to 406, and that just kind of stayed down there the rest of the day. So the SPY did end up closing at 406 to the downside. But you know, like I said, right now the SPY, you guys, it is at a critical support. You know, I really feel as if this area right here has been an area that the market really has been selling into for the past month. And we can look at that, and I can show you on the chart here 1 month out. But yeah, the market has really been selling into this area for the past month. So it's just really like at this point, it's like this is a point where buyers can step in and the market can easily push back higher. or it's at a point where, you know, we already sold off. It might just keep going lower for real. So it's just something to be looking out for. These things to be looking out for. That support again, you guys. So that's where I'm getting my numbers and my my algorithms from, and I'm getting, you know, my accurate results from just looking at these charts and numbers and understanding the patterns that they're doing and the direction that the market is moving. So we are back where we started a month ago right now. So at this point, you know, like I said, the market is looking like if it's more selling pressure here, it's going to end up filling this gap from a month ago that it did go from 403 to 404. So we could be coming down, excuse me, we could be coming down to about 405, 404, 403 on the spot. Just something to be looking out for now. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if we're not coming down, you guys, this is critical support. The market will bounce from here and go right back to 407, 410 like nothing happened. It's just that simple right now. And especially with the earnings that just reported, it really looks like the market is about to bounce from here. But I think they're going to wait for the rest of the companies to report their earnings to show if they're going to bounce from here. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it's going to key into. But we're going to get into the one-day levels. And from the one-day levels that I'm looking at, I really just see, let's see from the one-day perspective here. This shit really acting crazy. I'm having technical difficulties. Again, you guys, my Wi-Fi router, like I said, something's going on with it right now. I have no idea. Let me try to refresh it. Again, my bad. I'm refreshing it again. So, all right, I'm refreshing it again. Apologies. We're just going to go ahead and get into the one-day levels I see since they're doing this, the Wi-Fi acting up. So, looking at tomorrow, you guys, what I'm looking at on the SPY, I'm going to look at and see. I'm watching out for the SPY to break back above 407.80. If you can get there, the next level I'm looking at is 408.50. That would at least refill this selling pressure right here. And then, you know, from that point, it's going to have to show strength to get back to 410. 410 is now resistance again, you guys. Remember, 410 was support for a while, but remember I told you it could turn into resistance, and we're way below 410, so it's definitely resistance right now. So I think it's going to be a battle to get back above and get through 410, but I don't think it'll be a hard battle to get to 410. I just think it'll be a battle to get through it. So, you know, it's going to take a lot of buying to get back above 410, you guys. That was a lot of selling today. But it can happen, though. So it's just something to be looking out for. But them the first levels to the upside I'm looking at. And then I'll be looking at the 410 level next following to see if they refill that gap fill to the upside. And you want to give this a little bit of time. Maybe by the end of the week, next week, a couple weeks out, who knows. But that gap fill is something noticeable to the upside on the SPY now. To the downside, though, I am looking at, you know, this 406 is not holding to the downside. I'm just looking for it to break below 405.30 and 404 10 cent. You know, if we can get down to that level, that will complete the gap fill to the downside from a month ago. And from there, you know, look out. We might be getting back to 400 could be in play next. But these are the levels I'm looking at to the downside on the SPY. DIA, the Dow Jones, you guys. So the Dow Jones, you know, right here, they hit that target level. They hit the number 335 to the downside. So this is critical support, you guys. The market is on crutches right now. Actually, skip that. The market is in the hospital bed right now on the IV. If the market does not wake up in the morning and show signs of life tomorrow, expect more downside. And that's just where we're at, because we're at a critical area where the market can really break down, or, you know, like it can really get brought up. So we're going to find out tomorrow. But the DIA closed at 335, and this is critical support. So tomorrow, I'm just looking for the DIA to see if they can get back above. Let's see. The levels I will be looking out for on the DIA will be to the upside is, let's see. What's wrong with my pen? Now the pen don't want to work. Give me 1 second, you guys. It looks like we're having another technical difficulty. Like, I have no idea what's with my Wi-Fi right now. It definitely keep going out, and I don't know why it's doing that, for real. They don't usually do that. So give me 1 second, you guys. Sometimes it take a little second to load up. What the fuck is that? That's weird. Like right now, trying to give out free game. Here it is. Downside, I'm looking for a retest back to 312 and 310, you guys. I'm looking for that to break below on the downside on the triple Qs. IWM, they finally got here at 172. So like I said, they at the critical support as well. This is the Russell 2000. This is all your mini stocks here like GameStop, etc., AMC, etc. But you know, yeah, they're causing havoc to the downside as well. They closed at 172. And like I said, to get back on that bull train, you're going to have to push to the upside tomorrow. I'm looking out for the levels to go back to 174.40. That's at least the middle. That's VWAP. So, you know, to get back on that bull train, you got to get back there to the upside on the IWM. If not, to the downside, I am looking at that 170 level here to flush below. And once that happens, you guys, you'll see a lot of selling in the overall market. Definitely the IWM if they break below 170, you guys. That's the downside level I'm looking at. The VIX, volatility, speed of the market. And we may have another technical difficulty, you guys. Wi-Fi box is messing up again here. Oh, man. I do apologize again. Critical. Above 20 is the market is back bearish. We're really kind of like back into a bear market right here. The bulls almost had it flipped, but I would still say the bulls got momentum. We're just currently back into the bear market right now with that sell-off today and the VIX going up this high. So the levels I'm looking out for tomorrow on the VIX, if the VIX get to the upside above $20, if the VIX break above $20 tomorrow, you guys expect more downside for sure. If they get above $20 and keep going to about $21, expect extra downside for sure. So it's just levels to be looking out for. And that's in the overall market. Expect downside in the overall market. Now, on the downside levels of the VIX, you know, if the VIX does decide to go back down, because you see some earnings were good, Chipotle, Microsoft, etc. They were actually good. The volatility might leave. The VIX might go down tomorrow. So that will push the market kind of right back up tomorrow, literally. So I'm looking at the levels for the VIX to come down to about $17.30. I think that'll make a mountaintop there. And then, you know, if you get below that, the trend line, you'll definitely see way more upside and a lot of buying in the stocks again tomorrow. They'll turn back green. So that's what I'm looking at on the VIX. NVDA. Oh, NVIDIA, chip makers. They're going to have some competition now with Microsoft. You see Spectrum still acting up. I'm trying to move as quick as possible to end this. But 268, they closed. They did sell off, you guys. They did sell off at support, though. They got support right there at 264. So that was an area of support right there. 262, 264. And you see they brought it back up here. And, you know, it's kind of in the trend line right now. It's in the trend line of, you know, where it's at critical support with the rest of the market. In the past month or so in the video, you know, it's been going bonkers to the upside. Past 3 months, you know, they've been just going straight up. Feel me? They done made all of this. They went from 189 to 280. So can't really get too bearish on the video yet. We're still in the air. Now, they are at the dipping point, you know, but like I said, here is support, here is support, here is support, and now we're back at support, meaning there's a possibility we bounce right back up because support has been showing strength this whole time in the air. And I think if you get support at this level, I think you break above 280 this time because you got competition with Microsoft now. And you're going to see that compete with Microsoft and with the AI stuff. And NVIDIA, they're going to really, with the chip sector, they're going to be competing heavily now. So I really think it might be time to get real bullish on the video right here, it could be time. But, you know, looking at the levels, it could flush from here and it could settle in the top. And it never could retrace 280 for a while until their earnings. And you remember they got earnings coming up May the 24th. So, you know, just something to be thinking about now, you know, like I said, if this is the top, I'm thinking, you know, it'll try to channel in over here and, you know, this area right here, 252, to complete that is the top up here. So we'll be seeing these levels I'm looking at for on the video, but from the 1 day perspective, you guys, I'm looking at tomorrow and, you know, next week, etc. To the upside, I'm looking for NVIDIA to break back above 270. If you can get back above 270, I'm looking at 272. And, you know, to the upside, if you break above 272, the next level is about 275 on the video to the upside. To the downside, I am seeing right here, 265 is technically the middle. So, you know, if it breaks down, it's going to break down straight to 265. If that doesn't hold, the next level I'm looking at is 260, you guys. It's getting critical for that 260, you know. If to that downside level on the video, if 260 don't hold and it breaks, then you'll finally see and get to see that the top is in on the video if it breaks below 260 by the end of the week, you guys. So this is something to be looking at. Tesla, Elon Musk, the old musketeer. So it looks like he's still pulling the same moves that he was pulling last week. He ain't, I told y'all, and I warned you guys, Tesla are greedy with their shorts. They don't really like to pay puts out. They would rather puts get their limited fair share, and they would rather be unlimited on calls. Tesla is one of those stocks. So, you know, the levels are still wide here. This was their earnings report, right? This box here. So they sold off on their earnings. And as you can see, they bottomed out right here at 158 now, considering last week and the past couple of days. So we're right here at 161. Now, you know, you guys, Tesla is looking to, if this doesn't flush, you guys, it could possibly be oversold. And you will see a bounce right back up to 178 like nothing happened. And, you know, you want to give it time, but obviously they're going to try to fill the void from all of that selling on their earnings, and they're just going to come right back up, you guys, like nothing happened. So this could definitely easily be a bottom here. You know, you got to start thinking about that. Like, I know everybody want that level at 143 on Tesla because it's a gap fill there. And I see that gap fill with you guys. I understand what you mean. But understand who we're dealing with and what you're dealing with here. We're dealing with Elon Musk. We're dealing with electric stuff here, you guys. It doesn't have to fill this gap here, over here, like you guys want. It's literally right here, meaning this could be your new bottom, and we could just be fighting right back up to fill this gap that it sold out from earnings. So it's just something to be thinking about, you guys, on Tesla, you know, looking forward. But on the 1 day perspective here, to the upside, you know, I'm looking at both ways here. If Tesla can get above 163, I am looking at 165 to 167. I think they will tag that trend line. And if you break above 167.50, Tesla is going to be showing that they're recapturing 170 easily. And that's just that on the upside. To the downside here, you see what's the last leg of support at 160. You got to flush below that. Once you get below 160 and get comfortable, then you can say, you know, 155 is in play. They did hit 158 today, but it bounced right back up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got to really show strength that it's breaking below 160 to the downside to get to like 155. So just be looking out for these levels on the downside, you guys, on Tesla. JP Morgan. And we're about done here, you guys. We're going to do JP Morgan and Walmart, and I'm going to show you guys a couple earnings, and we're going to wrap it up, man. But JP Morgan, right here at 138, I'm just looking for this bank to, you know, it has to prove that, you know, it's a bigger bank than First Republican. They need to prove that people are safe. Their money's safe with JP Morgan. They're not in a collapse phase like First Republican. They must prove that, you know. I think just because they're a bigger bank, I think that they can prove that. You know, their market cap is $405 billion, whereas First Republican market cap is just $2 billion. So you see what I'm saying? This is a bigger bank. JP Morgan should be able to hold its gains. Remember, they had earnings like last week, and it went up. You feel me? It did gap up where it got brought up from 129 to 137. And we're really just right back at that. This is a low level in the air. It's basically where people sold out at from where it went up from 129 to 137. We're right back at that level, 138, meaning this could just easily be a pullback for JP Morgan because they're about to go higher. I would say, JP Morgan, for it to say that it's getting weak and, bank fears are still a play in at factor, you're gonna have to at least give up this earnings candle right here at 134. You're gonna have to come down at least to that level to say you're not holding your earnings gains anymore. So I'm not really looking too bearish on JP Morgan. I think this is a decent pullback. It could possibly bounce right back to 140 like nothing happened. So that's what I'm looking at for. But from the 1 day perspective, we'll tell you both directions, obviously. So it's at 138 right now. I'm just looking forward to bounce back up to 139, and if it can get to 139, I'm confident it'll go to 140 to about 141. Honestly, it's JP Morgan. But it did sell off today, and we are at where it went up for the earnings. We right there back at that level. So this is a key level. So, if it breaks down tomorrow, I'm looking for 137.75 not to hold. If that doesn't hold, the next level I'm looking out for is 137 even, and possibly back to that 135 level to the downside on JP Morgan, you guys. Walmart, last but not least, but Walmart went up crazy today. They did tag a key resistance, though. 153.75 is your key resistance at Walmart, meaning that's where your sellers were at. That's where people took profits at right here. Everybody and their mama got out of Walmart right there today. Basically, so, then it sold off all the way back down to 151, and that's where we closed at. So, at the end of the day, Walmart, they got earnings coming up May 18th. Key Bank, they adjusted their price target on Walmart to 175 from 170. So maintains an overweight rating. So it's just something to be looking out for. Basically, Key Bank is just basically saying that they expect Walmart in the near future to go to 170, 175. They feel like it can happen still, even though it did sell off today. So it's just something to be thinking about, long term. And Walmart, they do dividends. So, it's something to be thinking about with Walmart and dividends too, But the 1 day perspective here, the levels I'm looking out for tomorrow here on Walmart, since we are back at 151, you need to get back above 152.20 to show me you're really bullish and people are buying. And if that level can hold, the next level I'm looking out for is this retest right here where that selling took place, you guys, 153.60. You must get above that to show that you're really bullish and you're going to try to really test that 175 price target. So we'll be seeing the levels to the upside on Walmart tomorrow and see what they can do if they can handle that. To the downside now, I'm just looking for 151 to not hold. If that doesn't hold, I'm looking at 150 on Walmart, you guys, on a decent pullback. I think we'll get a mountaintop pullback here if that happens. You'll have a recent top end. You know what I'm saying? So these are the levels I'm looking out for on Walmart, you guys. And that's pretty much it, man. I can pull up a few. I ain't going to pull up all of them. I'm going to just pull up the ones that stick out like sore thumbs. Earnings plays. We're going to look at Chipotle first. I'm going to show y'all what earnings is about here. Some of y'all are new tuning in. And some of y'all, know what's up with the earnings plays already tuned in. But this is Chipotle after hours, you guys. They had an earnings report, and, man, look at all. I'm going to zoom in so you can see these candles. Look at all this buying after hours, you guys. Look at this candle right here. This is what started it. The earnings report came in. They killed it. Chipotle plans to pause price hikes and lean into menu hitting gems as new stores and cheaper avocados boost earnings. So cheaper avocados, you guys. The Mexicans are happy as I don't know what. They throwing all that money into Chipotle, boy. They throwing Chipotle parties, man. It's crazy. Them burritos getting fatter and fatter. You feel me? So, like, this is, like, everybody bright, man. This is a great earnings here. Like, they closed at $1,780, and just now they reported earnings beat like that. And now they're up here at $1,918. That's almost a what? That's damn near almost a $200 move. But it's about $100 plus move there, man. So if that holds, man, them payments to the upside, them calls are gonna print in the morning. You can expect $1,000 to $10,000 returns literally in the morning if this holds, because this is a huge move to the upside. If you were bearish on Chipotle, you're going to lose it all. You're completely wiped in the morning, and I hate to tell you that, but that's facts. You're wiped, you guys. You shouldn't be shorting Chipotle. Chipotle is life. I tried to warn you. Just keep that in mind, man. Let's just be positive and be mindful and respectful for sure. But that's what's going on. Visa, I can show you guys Visa real quick, and I'm gonna show you guys Microsoft, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Visa reported after hours as well. And you got a lot of buying here, a little bit, not too much though. This ain't really a big move like Chipotle, but it's a decent sized move to the upside. It's really back to where it was kind of uh, at the opening bell. Really, that's where it went up to. So it's a good little positive move. It could still go either way. You want the key to the earnings is whatever direction it go, it must hold and continue to go up. To receive gains. So that's just something to be looking out for. That's why I say earnings is 50-50. This Visa play could flip in the morning. It could really be back at 229 by opening. So who knows? We'll see. It'll pay out decent, but not as like Chipotle is about to pay out. But it'll pay out decent if that little gain hold. And we'll look at Microsoft right there real quick. This last one, you guys, because they had earnings after the bell too today. Man, went crazy. A lot of buying. Look at this big green candle right here. That set the tempo. They got some earnings news that tech CEOs that they are wax poetic on AI and big ads to sales will take time, and they basically just Microsoft is getting into AI more like Meta and more like NVDA. They're getting more into the virtual reality world, so that's taking a toll on their share price going up. That means more people's buying Microsoft. To get into virtual reality. So that's a good sign. Obviously, they're up $23 after hours. They closed at $275 in the open markets from 9:30 to 4, and then after hours when they reported their earnings, they closed at $298. So that's another $20 plus. So if that can hold tomorrow, you guys, the Bulls won this battle, and the calls will print in the morning. The gains will be 100 to 1,000 return on that. So. 1,000%, 100% return on that. So it's just something to be looking out for. Like I said, seeing if that's gonna hold. It might have continuation. You might see Microsoft go above 300 tomorrow for real. Like I said, the continuation definitely can go, but if not, you'll definitely see profit taken here just because that's a $23 move, and obviously it wasn't that price before it closed. So regardless, you'll see a huge move on Microsoft, you guys. But that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, this is an earnings play, so just be mindful and respectful again, because like I said, the Bears are wiped completely. They have $0. If you brought a put on Microsoft or Chipotle, you have $0, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's okay though. Don't give up. Stay confident. Just try to really don't treat this market like a gamble. Don't gamble. I tell people that all the time. You don't have to play before all the time. You can wait till afterwards. It's going to still be really the same thing. But you see, there is a reward. There's a risk to reward playing before, basically. And, so that's just how it goes. But, to each his own. But that's pretty much it, man. Microsoft did that. That's a huge move. We'll see if it holds tomorrow, you guys. But we're going to wrap it up here looking at Bitcoin. And we're going to wrap it up. Bitcoin, it's fighting back, y'all. Whoa, crypto is fighting back to the upside. It looks like Bitcoin is trying to get back to 30,000. It's what it's looking like. If Bitcoin get back to 30,000, that is the trend line there. And, you got to break above 32,000. That's where that strong bear is at. That's what happened. Recently, they got to 32,000, and that bear came and clawed it right back down to 27,000. So, it's fighting back up right now. It is fighting back up, and it's open. It's up about $87, so that's looking good. Ethereum is doing the same, fighting, trying to get back to 2,000. This is something to be looking out for on Ethereum. You feel me? But to the downside on Bitcoin, if this 28,000 don't hold, I'm just looking for to come back down to about 25,000, y'all, for real. But I think it's going as of right now, it's showing strength to the upside. It may retest 30,000. Just be on the lookout for either way. Ethereum as well, 2,000 to the upside. I'm looking at 1,700 to the downside. Either way, just be on the lookout for it, you guys. Gold and silver is green right now. Oil is green a little bit right now. It looks like here stock futures are slightly down as investors praise corporate earnings, you guys. So, now we got a new saying. It says stock futures rise Tuesday night after Microsoft Alphabet post earnings beat. So you see what I'm saying? That quick, you guys, the market has already recovered before the opening bell. Be just off the strength of Microsoft and Google going up and Chipotle going up. You might see the market green all day tomorrow because of that. So just expect that flip because they're already wanting to stock futures rise Tuesday night after Microsoft Alphabet post earnings beat, you guys. So we're going to see tomorrow if that stuff can hold up. And it'll be more continuation. You can buy and get you some of them profits too with them companies, man. But I ain't going to hold y'all up. That's a wrap for this recap. We'll be doing another recap tomorrow, possibly. Maybe. So we'll see. You know, other than that, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. This was the recap of the SPY QQQ's IWM, DIA, VIX, NVDA, Tesla, JP Morgan, Walmart, couple earnings plays, Chipotle, Microsoft, and Visa. I just threw them in there because they reported. And oh, it was one more, you guys, before we leave. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. One more. I got to show y'all one more. This one actually went down. So, you know, we're going to see. It's a lot. This was an energy company, but it went down. This is the last one. I forgot about this one. I'm going to throw this one in the mix. Just to let y'all know, you know, how earnings is 50-50s. It can go either way, up or down. And this one, boy, it went down. It went down. So expect that, you know, to be on the lookout for ticker symbol ENPH. Enphase Energy, you guys, sold off for earnings right here. They closed at 221. They sold all the way down to 184. So they're down about almost 16.58%, down $36 after hours, you guys. So, woo, them puts are going to print on that. The Bears actually won that battle. So the Bears will get some profit on that in the morning. Calls, Bulls, y'all lost that battle. But we'll see how things end up being tomorrow, you guys. But that was another earnings play after hours today. So, woo, you see these earnings plays is really moving the market. It's getting critical. But yeah, that's it, man. That's what I wanted to show y'all, though. This is a wrap, though, man. This was the recap with LCAOD. I'll see y'all tomorrow.